Hello guys, NautoAisDx here, and I want to give my thoughts. Of course, the rumored, now true, the SNES Mini. So yes, there have been a lot of rumor that's speculating that one of the reason they stopped doing the NES Mini was because they want to focus more on the SNES Mini or the Super Entertainment System. So for people who knew what is this Super NES, so it was basically really during the 90s. It's the 16-bit console from Nintendo. This is where, quote unquote, the console war sort of started against the Sega Genesis. So the Super Nintendo was dominating, had a lot of third-party games, and this is the time still before the PlayStation came into fray. So yeah, the Super Nintendo definitely it basically dominated the console war in the 90s. So that's basically what the Super Nintendo is. A lot of people most favorite. If you think the NES was a lot of people's favorite, the Super Nintendo Entertainment System is much more favorite. Right. So the announcement on Twitter is also now on their website, and they call it the Super Nintendo Entertainment System Classic Edition. So basically, this is Nintendo's new lineup called the Classic Edition. It did start with the Nintendo Entertainment System. So of course that was popular, but if you know what happened to it, they didn't make a lot. You couldn't pre-order it. People were like standing in line in the cold just to get one, and being a jerk off, excuse the language, they decided to discontinue it. They had a lot of reason because of quote unquote resource, and I guess this is one of the reasons also. The Super Nintendo Entertainment System Classic Edition. Alright, so with that said, it's gonna come out September 29th. So wow, that's early, 2 months earlier than the NES. It came out on November 11, 2016. It comes with the mini NES, which is their plug and play, but this time it comes with two Super NES controller. Two. Judging by the picture, it doesn't look like it's compatible. You can't use this Super Nintendo controller on your Wiimote to play a Virtual Console game. I could be wrong, and that thing in the front is just for design wise. Who knows? According to the website, you can also use your classic controller or the classic controller Pro, which is from the Wii. I don't think it's not going to work with the Pro controller from the Wii U, but you get the idea. And it's going to cost $80, so that's $20 more than the NES. Then you might say, wow, that's more expensive. Well, yeah, you're getting two controller, but the games are the key that makes it worth $80. Even myself, believe it or not, I'm gonna explain later why it's sort of worth it. Okay, so first of all, it's 21 games, so it's kind of weird. Wait, 21 games? Why not multiply by 10? Because the other one is 30 games. I'll explain it. So the games that's gonna come out are the ones that's common that you've been playing in the Virtual Console. So it's going to be on this plug and play SNES. Super Mario World, been in the Virtual Console. Super Mario Kart, it's been in the Virtual Console. I have all three versions: Wii U, and 3DS. Don't know why, I just do. The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, same deal. F-Zero, same deal. Super Metroid, same deal. A lot of those four games I just mentioned was already been on a Virtual Console. So you think, okay, whatever. Hyper Street Fighter 2 Turbo was on the Wii Virtual Console. Super Punch Out, Wii and Wii U. I think it's also in the 3DS. Super Castlevania, okay, so sort of common. Donkey Kong Country, Mega Man X, Kirby Superstar, Final Fantasy 3, which is the SNES version of 6. So one note for the Final Fantasy 3, I hope they fix a lot of the bug from the original cartridge, because if you didn't know that the original cartridge for Final Fantasy 3 had a lot of bug. Is it going to be they're going to emulate the SNES version, or is it going to be an improved version for the PlayStation or GBA? We'll just have to wait and see. The later versions, they fixed all the problem, but that's a different story. Kirby Dream Course, I have it for the Wii U. It's not really that fun. Super Mario RPG, Legend of the Seventh Star. It's on, I think, all three console, Wii U, and 3DS. Contra 3, Alien Warriors. Earthbound, Wii U, and 3DS. Super Goats and Goals, I think it was on the Wii, along with Secret of Mana. So those are 29 games I already mentioned, but there are two games that's never been in the virtual console, and you might say, I don't know, but I'll explain why. Two games, but never been in the virtual console. So if they just leave it as an exclusive for the SNES Mini, then it's worth that $80. And those are first the original SNES Starfox. Yes, finally, Starfox from the SNES is making a comeback. There have been a lot of Starfox 64 and 64 3D. Again, one of my all-time favorite one. Starfox DS was a DS virtual console for the Wii U. The game is crap. I'm sorry to say. Let's see. I'm just thinking about something virtual console. Yeah, I think that's it. That's all I can think of. Yeah, Star Fox 64, good game. It was a virtual console, and for virtual console, I have it for the Wii. And then I bought the new updated version for the 3DS. And then, of course, there's Star Fox Command, DS Command. Bought it for the DS, and that game was crap. And then, of course, they re-released it as a virtual console. However, Star Fox never been released, not even on the Wii U, or even 3DS. Why? The logo that you see on Star Fox on the package, the Super FX chip. For a strange reason, Nintendo lost the right with the FX chip, so games with the FX chip cannot be put on the virtual console, from what I heard. They say, well, Mega Man X3 was on the virtual console. I don't know if it is or not. I didn't really follow. But it could be Capcom was doing it. They were publishing it, so they're the one that had to renew it. Nintendo never renewed the FX chip, I guess, until now. So there you go. Finally, you get to play the original Star Fox. Yes, I have done the showcase. It's a good game. Very hard. I recommend playing Star Fox 3D or 64 3D. Now, with that said, the second game. This is a shocker for the very first time they decided to revive this game. I mean, I wouldn't even surprise if this game ended up as a Nintendo Indie eShop game, but Star Fox 2. Yes, for the first time ever, played a never been released Star Fox 2. Finally, somehow I don't know what the deal is. Either maybe it's not a large game, but yes, Star Fox 2 finally is going to be going public. People get able to get to play. Different story there about Able, but finally Star Fox 2. And if you don't know the history with Star Fox 2, is the game was somewhere 80% done, and then just at one point they just said, well, we have to cancel the game. And Miyamoto basically said, well, it's in our memory, but that's it. And people would think, well, we're ever going to see this game? Will they ever going to re-release this game, bring this game? And Miyamoto at the time said, well, we don't know until now, 2017, on the SNES Mini. So yes, two major games that was never in a virtual console is going to be on the SNES Mini. Star Fox and Star Fox 2. Star Fox 2 alone, a lot of Nintendo hardcore fans will say, yeah, I'll pay $80. All me as well, because I like I said, I may like Star Fox, but Star Fox 2, nobody couldn't play it. And here's the thing, wink wink, you cannot even do this in the emulator. I'm not joking. Playing on a computer, wink wink. Yeah, people have tried it, and I think someone was able to, but yeah, it was unplayable from what I heard. It wasn't working on the emulator. I know. So this is probably going to be now a legit version. I don't know what Nintendo's going to do. There you go. So that's the reason why even for $80 you get two controllers and two games that's never been a virtual console. Now the big question here is it going to be hard to find? Is Nintendo going to be jerk again like they did with the NES Mini? Well, thanks to Kotaku, they basically asked a question and Nintendo did address. One, Nintendo said that they will produce more than the NES Mini. Okay, they refuse to give numbers, but they're gonna say it's gonna be more. Two, you're gonna be able to pre-order this mini system now, because the problem with the NES Mini, you couldn't pre-order it. GameStop got a letter from Nintendo, said, "Oh, well, you're not allowed to pre-order this." Same goes with Amazon, Target, Walmart, you name it. They're like, "Wait, what? How come?" We have a reason, so you couldn't pre-order it. And of course, the reason is because there's not enough. Because Nintendo didn't make a lot. And if I remember, I'll put a link on the description box on my theories about the NES Mini, why they didn't do a lot. So they're gonna do a lot, and you're gonna be able to pre-order it. But the key point there is how long the window for the pre-order. If it's gonna be just 5 minutes and then they're closed, then it's nothing. It's the same thing as the Amiibo. Now, it's circa 2015, which is the minute it was open, 5 minutes, up it's closed because they ran out of pre-orders. They couldn't really allocate all the pre-orders. So if the pre-order at least is open at least 24 hours, I'm not kidding, between 24 hours to 48 hours, a day to a day and a half at least, then you're good to go. The minute they say, "Hey, you can get it, pre-order it," and I don't have to rush it, I can just put in my information, pre-order it, boom, and pray that I don't have to. I hope that they don't cancel my order. So yes, you can pre-order it. Somehow they did say you can pre-order it. However, there's also another thing. If you basically think, should I get it or not? I'll think about it. You're gonna have to think fast. You either get it or you don't. The reason is they also did say disclaimer that the SNES Mini, they will be in production until the end of 2017. The minute it's 2018, the minute January 1st, 2018, Nintendo's gonna stop. Again, like, really? Why? Why? Good question. I mean, the reason why the NES Mini was even existing in the first place, it was to keep Nintendo fan busy until the Switch comes. I don't know what the reason in this one is. I know some say, well, if you're gonna put research on that, why not just make more Switch? Well, maybe not a lot of people want to. Maybe they don't want to switch. They just want to play old games. They want a nostalgic. Remember, the market for this classic edition is not for the new gamer or the nostalgic who grew up with Nintendo, like myself. The reason I want an NES Mini because it's from Nintendo. I want it as a collection. But well, Genesis has Atari. Yeah, but I'm not an Atari kid. I'm not a Sega kid. So to some extent, I know I sound biased. I really don't care. Sorry. But in the case with Nintendo, I'm a bit biased. I'm sorry. I know it's unprofessional, but it is what it is. Same goes with the SNES Mini. I want it as a collection. Of course, I'm gonna play it, but I just want it. I just wanted to have it because it's something that you want, something you can't have. There you go. So hopefully, like I said, the key point is pre-orders windows are really big. It's not like 5 minutes and then that's it. And two, they'll make a lot. They gotta make a lot. They have said they're gonna make a lot. I don't know what the definition of a lot is. But yeah, I mean, I'm probably gonna talk about a different vlog about Nintendo's resources and why they're trying to balance them out, even though they have a lot of money in the bank. Who knows? So yeah, that's my thoughts on the SNES Mini. Freaking awesome. Hopefully I can get one. We'll see. A lot of Twitter, like people from Twitter said, hey, if it pre-orders open, we'll let you know. Then go for it. Boom, pre-order. So with that, thanks for listening.